Okay, this will be a meeting of the Town Board of Trustees. Roll call, please.
Keith,
Here.
Cliff,
Here.
Bert,
Here.
Harold,
Here.
Richard.
Here.
Item 2 is report from the Hennessy United Board. Barb, you got anything?
I do have.
Farmers market's
I
open.
got the first two.
Farmers Market seemed to be a success.
Yes.
A lot of people there, a lot of people said they enjoyed it. I walked around and talked to some of the vendors, and I think it went really well.
Okay.
Seemed to.
I'm working on the leadership thing. I wasn't there at the last meeting, but I'll try to be there this time. But I'm working on a leadership class to have that this year. That's it.
Sounds good. Anything else? Okay. Item 3 is consider approval of consent agenda. A, minutes of July meetings. B, approval of claims as follows. July purchase orders, $13,574.87. August purchase orders, $40,888.87. August restricted sales tax fund, $28,475.62. August library fund, $232.79. August street and alley fund, $5,396.59. And accept the following reports: treasurer, library, and police. Any additions or corrections to the consent agenda?
If not, I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second, roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay. Item 4, citizens' comments. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, I'd like to bring up on the Family Dollar people were down this week. It's, looking at the site, and it's not gonna be just a regular Family Dollar store. It'll be they're putting in 300 Family Dollar, Dollar Tree combination superstores in the United States. But it's not a done deal here yet. They're looking at over 1,000 cities. They're gonna do 300. But they were mad at me because the street wasn't done, because I told them it would be done in July, which I had everything lined up to be, until I was called by Tiffany and told me to stop because the sidewalk ordinance. And you know, that's what you did tell me that. She said, you have to stop. I wouldn't have shut everybody down if I didn't have to. And then at the next meeting, it was on record here at the June meeting, he told me that there was this sidewalk ordinance, but you couldn't find it, and Bert said he would find it and get it to me, but there never was one. It was all, everybody, I don't know where you got that
I thought it
from.
was an ADA federal requirement.
It is, it's along a federal highway. That's what happened in 2010, when they were starting to pave the streets, and they were Main Street, they had to stop because our sidewalks weren't compliant. Because the federal funds were paying for the highway, you had to have federal sidewalks, ADA compliant. But the federal government's not paying for this street, I'm paying for it, and I thought I don't have to have the sidewalk. But, you know, they had 3 people here who I had talked to, wanted to know when it was gonna be done. So I don't know, I can't get the construction crew back, which I had here, which she just called me a liar, said that I didn't have them or working for me, but he just confirmed that he was working for me. And we would have had it done within a week if I hadn't been told to stop. And then, now that we got the asphalt plant set up, they were ready to pave, but now they can't get me back in their schedule. And plus, everything's gone up. I spent an extra $10,000 for engineering on sidewalks, which I don't have to have.
I don't think they're ready to pave yet.
Well, they would have been on mine, but we're off schedule. My ground's not ready to pave.
And
Plan is
you
here.
told me the dollar store was a done deal, that it wasn't coming.
It's not. I mean, I own the ground. They haven't paved it. They haven't signed nothing. It's not a done deal. They're looking at it now. Every town, they're going at it. They're going at 1,000 sites like it's going to be done. And then they're going to pick the top 300. I hope we get it. But they want to know when. They said they need that street to get
They're
in.
spending a lot of money to come here.
Yeah, that's $2 million they're going to spend. I told them they don't
They
need that
spend
street
a lot of
built.
money in engineering fees and
Yeah, they are, and they're doing that on 1,000 sites. They told me that, I talked to them Monday. Did you? They were here.
Yes, I've talked to Garrett every day
Oh,
for the
I was,
past
yeah,
week.
they're sure, I haven't signed nothing yet. And you-
So,
So,
they, I know today they emailed me a variance request.
yeah,
For
oh yeah, they're
the
going at
parking
it.
lots.
They're going full steam ahead on all their locations, but I told them they don't need that street to get their building in there. And they can build it and we can finish the street later. But they told me they have to have it to get all that iron in there. I said, hell, I know how that is, because we're going down that muddy road getting our buildings built back there. But well, that's in the past. We can't do nothing about that. But we just need to make sure this don't happen again. And then the main fault of it is ITBS, somebody from out of town that's representing all these other towns that are competing for
Well,
this.
hold on, where did ITBS?
You're the one that, you told me Doug said.
No, no,
That is
no.
your exact word. You
Okay,
said
hold on,
Doug
we're
said-
not gonna have an argument
Okay, well,
here.
okay, but her phone call, Doug from ITBS said you do not have sidewalks in your plans. You have to stop construction right now.
It was the engineer.
And that's why I stopped. I should have recorded the call, but
It
that's
was our
exactly what you
engineer.
told me.
Okay, it was our engineer, not
Was it?
IBTS. It was not IBTS.
Well, who was it then?
It was the engineer.
It was our engineer.
Or, okay, well, remember what she told me that I had to,
Okay, is there any
Stop.
other citizens' comments? Okay, if not, town administrator's report.
I emailed that out today, and then you have a copy with your packet. The swimming pool is about ready to come to an end. I think our lifeguards are on their last leg. Our last weekday is tomorrow, and on that last weekday, we have approximately 75 to 100 Lomega kids coming to spend the day there. So it's going to be quite a busy day, even though our kids are in school. Over the past couple of months, Enid YMCA, they've come with approximately 60 to 70 kids, 7 to 8 times.
So every time I drive by, there'd be 2 Enid school buses
Yes.
parked there.
The Kingfisher Summer School in June, they came every Monday. Even at the end, Hennessy schools brought their summer school over and enjoyed it. All of our parties have been booked throughout. We even added that late party on Saturday nights, and it got completely booked up too.
Really?
Yeah.
What was that one, 9 to 11?
Yes,
Wasn't
9 to 11.
Wow.
We do have some problems with the diving boards right now. They are closed. We found, it started with the high dive. The anti-slip surface started peeling, and so we had to close it down. I sent it to Carruthers. They sent me to the people who they purchased it from, and they're sending us another board. Well, then it came with the low dive too, so we've had to shut both diving boards down. But they're sending us new boards. They said sometimes that happens.
The whole new boards?
Not but just the boards too.
Yeah, but the whole
Mhm.
board, not just the surface.
No,
the
the whole
stick.
new board, yes.
Okay.
The sewer, we are still trying to work and figure out what's happening with the INI. Why when we get all these rains, we're getting so much inflow. We're working with Oklahoma Rural Water Association. They're gonna give us a price of how much it would cost to put in these little,
Those little GPS, no?
no, these are like little
That's on the
sonar
water.
things that would measure the water in different
Yeah.
areas over like a 3-month period. And then once we find in the area of town where it's coming from, then we can narrow it down further. But right now, we do know of about a 1,200 foot length of pipe that has some really bad INI. So CDBG grant is coming up, and we feel like the flooding with the drainage, we've eliminated majority of our emergency flooding. So we feel like we need to address like the sewer problems is more emergency than going with phase 2 of the draining right now. So we're gonna look at proposing the CDBG next month for the sewer, the 1,200 foot of sewer.
Where's our valve at? Where are we at with our valve?
The valve, I've been keeping the engineer quite busy with the REAP project, finishing up, getting the REAP project out to bid, the water plant, and so that's on his list of things things to do.
Have we bought the valve already?
No. So,
So is this phase 2 of the sewer?
no, this would just be this would, there's no
This is something
phase.
different than that?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right, I guess I know where it is. What it is.
the water plant, he is working on the plans to go out to bid on it. So hopefully, we'll have it within a couple of weeks to be able to go out for bid, because we do have the funding. It's in Bank First, they have the money. So as soon as we go out for bid, we can get rocking and rolling on the water plant
Good.
with the new RO. The water line project, we're gonna hopefully award a bid tonight. It did come in a little over, but we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So, but other than that, you will see that Mitchell Road got a little bit of a patch job. We're trying to do some little patching here and there to try to do a little bit of work. So,
Good. I haven't been down it yet, but I saw all about it.
It's better.
Good.
Still bumpy, but it's better.
Yeah. Anything's an improvement. So
I thought it was funny.
hopefully we can.
You drive something that it wasn't that big of a deal.
All right. Other scheduled business, discuss to approve, deny, reject, and or take action on the following. Item A is discussion and possible action on ordinance number 381, an ordinance amending the presently existing provisions of Title 9 of the Town Code for the Town of Hennessy, Kingfisher County, State of Oklahoma, dealing with the construction, building, maintenance, and repair of properties and structures located in the Town of Hennessy by way of repeal thereof and adopting of the provisions herein contained to be known as the Building and Construction Ordinance for the Town of Hennessy, Oklahoma, as codified in Title 9 of the Code of Ordinances for the said city, and providing for repealer and severability of all ordinances in conflict herewith and in declaring an emergency.
I make a motion to accept the ordinance of 381, Title 9 of the Code of Hennessy.
I second. Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
No.
Richard,
Yes.
Keith.
No.
Okay, item B is discussion with possible action on resolution number 2021-04, resolution adopting a new fee schedule for filing and processing zoning, Board of Adjustment, Land Division, Development Application Request, Building Inspection Services, Floodplain Development, and for providing other floodplain administration, planning, and inspection services for properties within the Town of Hennessy, Kingfisher County, Oklahoma.
I got it.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead first.
No, I was just gonna say, I think there's a copy of a revised fee schedule in our packet.
I think Tiffany did, there's a lot of good things that she made changes on and did, and getting the cost down. I'm still not excited about for commercial and non-residential. That's a lot, 35 cents, and then there's no cap on it. If somebody builds a 40,000 square foot or 35,000 square foot, that's like a $12,000 permit. And that seems really expensive. If I did my math right, I mean, that screams if somebody's building a big building.
let me see what Kingfisher says right now.
Same thing with rent, I mean, 20 cents. Because do we get?
There's no cap on Kingfishers, I don't think.
Yeah.
Is it so much per foot?
It is, it starts with $180 and then goes so much per.
So it's a base fee plus footage.
So do we get anything, is there any extra work because of a building's bigger? I mean, there's still the same.
There's
same
more
ins-
inspection, I mean, there's more, I mean, it would take longer for inspection, it would. That's just, I mean,
What other inspections are involved?
I mean, it wouldn't be more inspections, it would just take longer because would be like more electrical outlets, more different things.
But would we not be, but I mean, could you not just say for a commercial building that you pay $1,000 and just cap it at $1,000 and then residential say they do $300 or $400 and just do a flat rate? And that can get really expensive if you're putting several buildings, like doing the development. And crap, I mean, they're already putting out a lot of money out of their pocket. Why would you wanna, I mean, that seems crazy. I'm not a fan of that.
What size building did you say be?
Like if you did like a 35,000 square foot building,
The PSC building is 54,000 square feet. That permit would have been $19,000 by the state. I don't even think Oklahoma City is there.
that's a lot of, I mean, everybody has a budget, and that would make me think twice. If I was fortunate enough to have land and money.
To build a 35,000
Yeah.
square foot?
But what kind of message are we putting out? Do we want people to come here to expand the town, or do we want to run them off with fees and?
Are you still working on this, or is this the final?
I'm done with it, whatever you guys wanna do with it.
It's significantly lower than what we had.
No, absolutely, most of it. I mean, it's all lower, but just the commercial and I think the building permit fees are still high. And I understand that they include the inspections now, and before they didn't, it was the fee plus the inspection.
So are you
Is this a
making,
suggestion of the IBS? Is that what is this what, this is what we came up with? Okay.
I'm not making anything.
well, I didn't know if you make a suggestion about, go ahead and use the 35 square foot and then put a cap.
I think it needs capped somewhere.
I just wonder, I think, we went through that period where we didn't raise the water rates for, was it 7 years, you know? Tiffany got comparables about what they were charging for water around Sunshine. Maybe we ought to table this for, until we get some comparables to what they're doing around.
Well, I think she called and
I
talked
think
to
she's done
Kingfisher
that.
quite a
Has
bit.
she done that?
She did on
She's,
this.
I know she's checked with Enid, Kingfisher. I don't know if she's checked with any others or not, but I do know she's checked with those two. I haven't really had a chance to look over this.
And I've had a really busy week, and I haven't had put the time in that I needed to look at stuff, but I know it's already passed, but in Title IX, you know, we passed, now we got a permit to put in a hot water heater now.
No.
That's what it said in there.
The thing of it is, here's what, it does say that in there. It does. Here's what is not in our books. in our stuff is because at that meeting, when Doug was sitting there on TV, they revised it. But it has not got into our copies, people's copies out in the audience and everything else. If Tiffany was sitting here, she could bring the new paperwork up.
Okay.
Because it was originally in there that you could
I
not.
think there was a fee for it, but I don't think it was
No.
in the code to have.
9.313, I think is what the code is. It shows that, you know, an individual could not change water heater out in his own house without coming down here and getting a permit. If she was in here, she'd tell you that it was changed.
Okay. I
And
remember
an
we talked
inspection,
about- Do what?
and an inspection. Same for heat and air. If you change up your heat and air in your house, you have to come down here and pay a tax and get an inspection.
Because I think it's what a lot of this is, because some of the changes that they made from the planning board to before it came to us, has not got into black and white yet, where we could read it. It was openly spoke of, but not put down in paper.
Okay. We will wait till she gets back. I don't know where she's looking.
We can always waive those fees too. I know that's what they say, and if that language is in there, but we don't have to charge for it. You know, I have replaced a hot water tank.
But why even have that in there? That-
If we waive one requirement, does that mean we waive all the requirements?
No, it would have to be a variance before the,
So somebody on fixed income can't afford $65. I mean, that's an added burden on other people.
Theirs is $2 for every 100 square feet.
Kingfisher.
So it'd be like 20 cents.
Do it be the same as 20 cents?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what she said.
Theirs is $2.
Oh, $2.
Right? Isn't that right? Per 100?
I'm not
I believe you're right.
looking at the wrong guy to do math.
No, it's 2 cents.
2 cents?
No, yeah, 2 cents.
That's what
After,
it
it's 800, like for 10,000 and over, it is $870 plus $2 for every 100 square feet is Kingfishers. They do it in 100 square feet.
For a commercial? That's quite a bit less than 35
So if you've got
cents.
30,000 square foot building,
So it'd be an $870 and then
3,000,
2 cents a
be
square foot.
6,000.
2 cents a square foot for everything beyond that, so make a $1,000 permit.
That's how they do theirs.
Huh?
That's how they do theirs. They set rates for, they do like different categories, like 0 to so many square feet, this much plus 2 cents per square foot. They do.
Now, there was some revised, I know we already passed 9, but there was some revised 9 stuff, right? Like that one about the hot water heater. Where did the man go get them?
It's on the website.
So it would be the revised version, or would it be just dealing with all the other?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, we made the changes, did we go actually inside the book and change it? And then,
In what book?
or,
So be
He's
specific,
wondering
because I
if
want
it's
to
in
make,
black and white yet.
like in our chapter 9, you know,
Uh-huh.
the pamphlet you gave every one of us.
I sent you that revised one.
It's on the
Yes,
website.
It's on the website.
So it's all revised in the whole chapter, not just in certain paragraphs that, where the changes have been made.
Not in that, not in the code book.
We can't put it in the code book till it passes tonight.
But what I'm saying is the 9, the one that Doug, the planning board changed, and Doug changed. Like, man, you talked about earlier, about like the
That
what,
was
the
here.
hot water heater, yeah.
Mhm.
Where's those revised,
It's on the website.
just in general, or did
It's
it?
under ordinances on the website.
But there's no permit or fees attached if somebody replaces their own water heater, correct? I don't
But
see
there
any
was,
fees on it.
that was revised, right?
It said in that thing before the planning board, we found that it said that
It's the minor,
homeowners could do their own minor repairs except for hot water tanks.
said minor repairs are not replacing hot water tanks
Yeah,
or water
so
systems.
we took that out.
Right.
So,
That was in that copy that I got last.
I thought it was out before we talked about it,
it wasn't in.
but there's no fees on here for that. Or permits required,
Huh?
nor permits required,
Mm-mm.
right. That answer your question?
There's a lot of discrepancy about what we read there, but I can read. I even, read pretty well. If you change the range in your house and it has a different cord on it than what your house was originally wired for, you put a different outlet in there, you need a permit, an electrician, and an inspection.
Who
That's
says?
by the letter of the code. I'm not gonna quote it to you, it's there. I read it.
Oh,
But you already did it, so that's a
it's a
moot
done
point.
deal, yeah.
Nobody's gonna comply with that,
Harold
that's what
and I
he
went
found out.
over that today and it doesn't say that.
When the code says you shall, and it defines what is a minor repair, and I'm not big on intrusive into other people's homes. I don't think the town has an interest in that. But I think I'm the lone voice here, so.
The town's not gonna,
Yeah, we're not gonna be doing that.
But if you're not gonna be doing it, but it's in the code, depending on how you interpret that code, when it says shall, you shall, then there again, are we selectively picking out what's gonna be enforced and what isn't?
No, we will not be doing selective enforcement, for sure. Okay, other discussion on the fees. Keith, I don't think you finished, but maybe you did.
No, that was my main, the square foot and the commercial. Do they do the same thing? What do they do on
they do the same thing on residential.
residential? They have, is it $170?
Now I know how to maybe do this on my phone. Next door. I have to go through all these chapters. It's not so easy on my phone. It's not gonna give them to me.
Jay, do you remember what the town of Wacomas built that new fire department building, so I don't think there's not any fees required for that. How many square feet is that? Do you recall?
14,000.
How much?
14,000. And the last offer from the town of Wacomas that they made to Travis Jeffries and I about building houses up there, they were willing to waive fees if we would just come up there and build. Because there's nothing going on in Wacomas.
Town of Wacomas was in a different position on the fire station, if I'm correct, because they did not have a local inspection, so it had to be inspected by
State Fire Marshal.
And I don't think that turned out very well.
OD won,
Well,
fire marshal left, and that was how that ended.
Bert, I assume this is, when the state fire marshal comes out to do an inspection, I assume they charge?
they do on a commercial plan, I don't know how much, but we're not under their rule
I'm
because
just-
we have our own inspector.
I'm just curious, we're comparable. Right now, I'm kind of sympathetic I can't digest everything in this schedule feed, doing the math so fast. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. But I think what Keith suggested, a cap, is a good idea, but Keith, I can't think fast enough where that cap should be.
I have no idea where that cap should be.
And I'm kind of thinking,
Hey Keith, if you guys want, maxes on that, how about I just work on it?
You want us to just table it?
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good.
Let's table it, yeah, we can do that.
We'll just keep the current ones as is right now.
That's probably a good idea. And can you check and see if other communities max a certain?
It just
I've got a
seemed-
number
it
in
just-
mind, but I think we
Yeah,
need to
it just
research
seemed
it.
really high. I mean, the commercial part of it, even the residential, but kind of, depending on what size house you build. Get penalized for building it.
All right, item C is discussion, possible action to approve ordinance 383, assigning responsibility and reporting duties for the town administrator, eliminating the position of public works director, and increasing emergency purchasing limits for the town administrator with separate vote on the emergency clause. I asked this to be put on the agenda based on the presentation we had from OMAG 2 or 3 months ago. I feel like we need to, and this is nothing that would be approved by the town administrator that we're not going to see. It would be come to the board after that, but would raise the emergency spending limit in case of major water repairs, pump failures, whatever, without having to call a special meeting of the town board. So I think that's in is that in the packet?
Yes.
Okay. It basically raises the spending limit to 25,000. Five.
But then I have to report those expenditures at the next board meeting.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, it's an emergency.
It's not a blank check, Barb. So,
How come this don't require us to go into a executive session?
for spending,
No, for this type of,
because we can't, it's not, has nothing to do with personnel.
It's not based on an individual, it's based on a job description.
Bert, I thought we already eliminated the public works position.
We didn't do it by ordinance, so in our code book, it
Okay.
still has job duties assigned to a position we don't have, right?
Yes. It still has the public works director in there,
I'm going to make a motion to approve ordinance number 383.
I will second that.
Roll call?
Bert,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Harold,
Yeah.
Richard,
Yes.
Okay. Item D is discussion with possible action to approve renewal of workers' compensation insurance with OMAG. Has that changed significantly?
No, it did not.
Are they actually doing our workers' comp now, not Foxwoods?
Yes, actually, they're cheaper,
Okay.
and we don't have to do as much reporting.
Okay. Premium 4360.50. 4,360.50.
I make a motion to approve renewal of workers' compensation insurance with OMAG.
Second.
Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Keith.
Yes.
Item E is discussion with possible action to approve interlocal cooperation agreement with Hennessy Public Schools to provide a school resource officer or an SRO on school property. That contract is in your packet as well. We started doing that last year, correct?
Yes, last year.
And I think it's for the safety of our children in the community, and I think we need to renew that.
We have one officer just signed for the school, so,
Yes.
school.
The school is paying for all that.
They pay $20 per hour, plus if there's overtime, they pay the other.
Any comments from the police department?
We've got Aaron Pitts there at the school, he does a great job. Last year, we got nothing but compliments on him, and my main priority is to have an officer there for the protection of the kids. I don't want any unauthorized people walking around that building without having officer response immediately. So that's my recommendation, is to keep him there. He does wonderful for the kids love him, teachers love him, parents love him, and he's doing a great job in my opinion. And like I said, my main priority is to have immediate protection for those children if anything were to ever happen. In this day and age, you never know what's gonna happen. So that's just my voice on it.
I move we approve an interlocal cooperation agreement with the Hennessy Public Schools to provide a school resource officer.
A second. Roll call?
Keith,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, item S, executive session pursuant to 25 Oklahoma statute, so section 307B1 to discuss hiring full-time dispatcher in executive session.
I make a motion to adjourn,
Second.
Not to adjourn.
not to adjourn, to
Or to convene and
Oh.
we'll go home if that passes.
I was like, okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
Guess I was getting a little quick there.
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Item 7, new business. Oh, I'm sorry. I crossed it out. I'm sorry.
Keith,
Discussion with possible action to hire full-time dispatcher. I already crossed it off my list.
I move that we hire Brent Bruner as a full-time dispatcher at a rate of $9 an hour.
I'll second that.
Roll call?
Keith,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay. Discussion with possible action to vote for Oklahoma MRF District 6 trustee position.
Oh, yeah.
I never know what.
I flipped a coin and Tim Rooney won.
Who? Tim Reedy?
Yeah.
Tiffany, do you have any recommendations on
guys?
this? Do you know any of these people?
don't know any of them?
Is Jason Orr related to the guys off of Orr Construction?
No.
Oh.
I don't know any of them.
Good art.
They make a motion to.
Well, I don't want to do it on flip. I think that's the best information we have.
I make a motion to have Tim Rooney as
District 6.
District 6 trustee position.
Second, roll call, please.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yeah.
Richard,
Yes.
Keith.
Yes.
Okay. Item 7, new business. And Item 8, citizens' comments.
You have to do I?
You're not saying anything, Barbara? Item 9, councilperson reports. Richard, you have anything under reports?
I think there's a thing in your packet. I suggested a couple of amendments to the zoning code. It's that thing that's in red and black.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And Tiffany
Well, I didn't see any green on here.
There's like 2,
Oh, I
paragraph
do.
3
I
and 4.
do see it now.
You know how long it took me to figure out how to get all that in color?
I'm sorry.
No, I just was forgetting to hit color on the printer.
But anyway, we're not gonna discuss it or make any motions this evening. Tiffany's following up on it. It's not changing things, but it's making a clarification.
Okay.
Do I have that?
Yes, it is.
Harold, you got anything?
It's because it has the Jesus
It
writing
looks
on it.
like that one.
Keith, got anything? Cliff?
I'm good, thank you.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes?
Keith,
Yes.
Cliff.
Yeah.
Yes.
You did. Okay, this will be a meeting of the Hennessy Utility Authority, August 12th, 2021. Roll call.
Keith,
Here.
Cliff,
Here.
Bert,
Here.
Harold,
Here.
Richard,
Here.
Item 2 is consider approval of consent agenda, minutes of the meeting, approval of claims as follows: July purchase orders, $19,300.48. August purchase orders, $70,890.26. August meter deposit refunds, $976.04. The treasurer's report. Any additions or corrections to any of the reports? Okay.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
I second that.
Keith,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Okay, item 3, citizen comments. You still quiet, Barb?
Yes, sir.
Item 4, other scheduled business. Discuss, approve, deny, reject, and/or take action on the following. Item A is discussion with possible action to award bid for REAP new water line project as recommended by Michael Taylor with Cowan Engineering. This is also in your packet.
It's the long one.
It's the long contract. Thank you.
Where is this?
Part of it's on 6th Street.
It's gonna be like from Logan Macy's house to the
To
south.
7th.
Yeah.
It would be from
What do you
5th
mean,
to,
Sam?
okay, from 5th to 7th on Cimarron.
Okay.
And then on West 6th Street,
Okay.
from Arapahoe, Isn't that by Bias? Or Bias live on Arapahoe?
Yes.
Okay, from Arapahoe on West Sixth, we're gonna go east to the alley, and then we're gonna go down the alley,
Which way?
south to Seventh. Because that's where all those houses are tied in.
So tell me if this is a figment of my imagination, did you say we're gonna, this new water line on Cimarron? Is it gonna be on, it's gonna be on the west side of the road, right? Because there were more houses on that side, and there'd be less times that we have to go underneath the road to
Yes.
connect houses, okay. That's what I thought.
Tiffany, so you'll be going for 2 separate grants then. One is the community block grant for,
Not on this. This is already a REAP grant.
okay, it's not a combined.
No. This is last year's REAP grant.
Oh,
We're
last
trying
year's, oh, okay.
We're trying to finish up last year's REAP
Okay, I'm
grant.
with you now, okay.
Okay.
Why do we need this?
Because these two places, we have leaks about every month to 2 months on these lines. Plus, they're 2-inch lines serving,
Oh, okay.
on Cimarron, you're serving 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 8 homes on a 2-inch
On a
line.
2-inch line.
And then,
which
or
is
an inch and a
significant.
half, it may be an inch
Maybe.
and a half.
Oh, I know, oh, this is the one that, oh my
And then
Lord,
over
how
here
do
on
these
West-
people- Yeah.
And on
2-inch.
West Sixth is the same situation.
They're all 6-inch, 2-inch lines.
Either an inch and a half or 6-inch, or inch and a half to 2-inch lines.
And we're going to make them what?
6-inch lines.
Okay, thank you.
Huge improvement. Well, the one on
So it's gonna be
Cimarron,
from Mr.
Has a
Canarium's
fire
house
it's getting a fire hydrant. What about the one on?
Yeah.
to the South 40 trailer park.
Yeah, I got
Is
you.
it 6
Okay.
and Bonita? That's not a great fire hydrant.
Where there's always water
3
leaking
new
in the
fire
ditch.
Okay, I bet one of them's at 6 and Bonita.
Maybe. There's 3 new fire hydrants in this.
Good, good.
What's this bottom number? Is that the cost for the parts? And then the top is the cost for the
Where are you at?
yellow?
Oh, no, those were more people, like CK
Oh,
Utility.
I see,
And
I
these
see.
two, they had calculation errors,
I see.
so.
All right, no, I see that
excited.
now. I thought that was 2 different things.
No.
But it makes sense now.
We had quite a few bidders.
Absolutely.
That's a good thing.
I make a motion to use the recommendation by Michael Taylor for the REAP grant for the new water line.
Can you say for this company, Pinnacle,
REI Holdings.
for Pinnacle?
Pinnacle?
Yeah,
Okay.
Pinnacle Underground. And the amount, if you could state that.
I'll second.
Hang on, I'm revising the motion.
Oh, okay, sorry. I rescind myself.
I make a motion to award Cohen Group Engineering.
No, we're not awarding Cowan.
No.
We're awarding.
REO Hol-
REI.
Holdings LLC,
Pinnacle Underground.
Pinnacle Underground, of the bid of $145,298.
Second.
Roll call?
Cliff,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes,
Okay, item B is accept the resignation of Brian Henderson, water operator.
What happens if you don't accept this? I mean, you still quit, right?
What did he say? I didn't understand what you said.
What if you don't accept it?
Oh. Okay.
Are you writing it, Keith?
Yeah, I move that we accept Brian Henderson's resignation.
Second.
Roll call?
Keith,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Cliff,
Damn, that's the wrong color. Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard,
Yes.
Item C is discussion of possible action to approve renewal of workers' compensation insurance with OMAG.
A motion to approve the renewal of workman's comp insurance with OMAG.
Second. Go ahead. Roll call.
Keith, or Harold,
Yes.
Keith,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.
Item D is accept, reject any resignations not received prior to posting of the agenda. Item 5, new business.
Can we have a battery for the clock next week?
That's under the other agenda, I'm sorry. The other meeting.
We will fix that tomorrow.
Citizens' comments? You're pretty emphatic about that. Councilperson's reports. Richard? Harold? Keith? Cliff?
I was excited about how quick the town people fixed that big, large water break that we had and got that fixed. So,
Exactly. They did an excellent job.
on a Sunday.
And,
We have that pipe up here.
do you?
Yep.
They brought it up? Good.
I thought it was PVC, I didn't realize it was steel.
No, it's cast iron.
Cast iron,
It was about that thick.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's up
The fact
here.
that it's split
that's
out.
all?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you said that.
About a half, it's probably half inch thick, at least.
It's too heavy for me to pick up. Takes 2 people to carry this.
The only thing I'd like to say in regard to that, and they did do an excellent job, there was a lot of public comment on social media. But what I hope people understand is that we're not able to predict where these leaks occur. And we are identifying our worst water lines, like the ones we just accepted a bid to repair. We obviously can't tear out every water line within the town limits and replace with new. So I know it's very inconvenient to have the water shut off, and we all feel that from time to time, but we are making an effort to get things repaired and do them as quickly as we can when we have these issues. And I was over there for a little while observing, and I told somebody it's like jumping in a deep water hole filled with mud, fully clothed, and then working in those conditions, because that's exactly what our personnel was doing. And there was not one person over there that wasn't on it, just snap, snap. I know the one picture that come on social media from All About Hennessy First showed everybody standing there looking at it.
But I
They were
can-
waiting on the pump to pump out the
That's what I told
hole.
my wife, I said, look at this, look at this picture, I said, there's the smart ass comment there with it, that somebody made. I said, but look, I said, if you look, Boney's on the backhoe, or the mini yanks.
Excavator.
And I said, the hole's full of water, there's a pump sitting in the background, and there's a hose running the line. I said, they're waiting to drain the water out of the hole, so either he can dig more and see what he's digging at, or to get in.
To see
I
what
said,
they've got.
yeah, I said, so if you step back and look at the picture, you can tell exactly what they're doing.
Mhm.
And I wasn't there, I was at my own gas leak that was randomly appeared, out in the county.
Well, I promise you,
I didn't shut off
nobody,
anybody's gas.
nobody
It's mine.
stood around. They were always
Yeah.
working
You know,
very
No,
hard.
It's not a Hennessy problem. When I lived in Washington DC, they had a water main that broke about this big around. And their problem was they couldn't find, it was an old pipe. They couldn't find the shut-off valve on it. They finally found it, but in the meantime, it flooded the underground car garages parking.
Oh.
So cars got flooded out of it.
And that's why we had to hurry up and shut down the thing, because we thought we were gonna flood out the funeral home and his house next to it. We were flooding out people
That much water, absolutely.
because there was so much water flowing that we were flooding.
Well, it's
They did
one
a
of those
great
things,
job.
if there is somebody that can predict when those things are gonna happen, where they're gonna happen, then I'm sure that person would make a lot of money by going from town to town and say, oh, you're gonna have a leak right here. And,
The only way
Well,
to do it is
I'd
what
love
New
to see
York
that
City
person.
did. They dug a huge underground walkway, and then they put their water pipe in that underground walkway, so now they can walk along their big main water line
yeah,
coming
Yeah,
down
until
from the
that-
lake area.
Until you're down underneath there and it busts, and then you're
They can
like.
see it, and the valves come up and out of the ground. You know, like I said, the oil field pipes
Yeah.
come up and out of the ground, when you get to the
Did you all
shelf.
adjourn it, I guess it?
No,
Oh, okay,
we're
I'm
in
sorry.
we're in council person reports, but I'm done.
I make a motion, we dismiss Barbara. You want to hear a second?
I move we
I got
adjourn.
yours.
I second that.
Keith,
Roll call,
Yes.
Cliff,
Yes.
Bert,
yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Richard.
Yes.